everybody! It's the Dorky Bride and Mommy's Makeup Bag again. What we're going to show you how to do today is...
Ta-da!
It is a star flower that's not focusing. Focus.
The more you keep moving it, the harder it's going to be.
A star flower! Yay! Okay. This actually was really fun. It's so much easier to do than the infamous roses.
Flowers from hell.
That's what we've called them. But they look amazing on the bouquet. But I digress. Okay, so the first thing, talking away from the camera, first thing that you're going to do, find a fabric you like. My big thing was, I already have two outrageous colors, blue and orange. Let's put it together with a good color. White?
Does it glitter in the game?
And it glitters, which you can't see.
It's got like a really small green, silverish glitter to it, and it's actually really, really pretty.
You can see a little tiny bit right there. So, that's what I picked. So that's what I picked. It's just a small white glitter. So it's not, my dress is off-white. So holding it with the roses, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, especially because they're so small. You're not going to be able to tell. So, first step, what we did was took about a 3-inch piece of fabric, cut it with the handy dandy rotary tool, and the cutting board and the clear, which you can't see, clear straight line thing.
If you get a rotary cutter, you need one of these. Don't try to use other shit or do like I did when I first got a rotary cutter and put it on a towel, because you'll end up with scraps of towel.
And the best thing is, we have kids in this house, and this will not cut you as long as you have the safety on. Once you take that safety off, you're in big trouble. Make sure you keep the safety on if you get kids in the house. Okay, so what you do is you take a, I'm going to say about 3-inch, maybe 2-inch piece of fabric and cut it up so that it looks like this.
You can leave it in a strip if it's easier. I just cut them into circles so I can stack them and cut more pieces at once.
Then you can do more than one. Okay, so what do? You take your piece of fabric, like so. And what we use as a template, you're going to love this, a baby food jar.
I got a lot of them.
And we kept having trouble with it sliding all over the fabric. So what you do is you take a Dremel and you roughen up the edges of the baby jar.
Or if you just have sandpaper or anything like that, nail file even, just rough
it up. Then put hot glue around it. And it's going to make it sticky. It's going to make it so it can't spin. Just put it on here. It won't spin. So what you do is you take your template. It could be bigger, it could be glass,
or if you have fancy schmancy,
could be small.
If you have the fancy schmancy sewing templates, by all means go for it.
Right. So you put that on there. Take your rotary tool. You could use scissors. It probably would be easier, but we like to do things hard. So you take your rotary tool, you take off the safety, but for tutorial purposes, I'm gonna leave it on. Then you go through and you cut around it. It's gonna take forever, but it'll be worth it. In the outcome, it will look like this. A wonderful circle. You take your circle, you're going to take it with the glittery side, design side up, fold it in half. I thought you could see that. Then you're going to blur up on me, and then you're going to fold it in half again. So it looks like a cone, and then you can see it kind of like that. You're just going to make sure that's folded flat.
Make sure if there's like a special design or if there's a certain texture of the fabric that's on the outside.
So what I do is I take the two pieces that aren't quite folded together. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like that. Okay? And I fold them together, and that's the first piece that my needle goes through. And you're just going to weave in and out around the round side.
And you're going to do this whole process 5 times. You're going to need 5 circles. One by one, you fold them and stitch them just like she's doing. And 5 of these circles will make 1 flower.
So here they all are, just stringed on.
All on the same string.
And then, so it's gonna look like this. They're gonna be all funky like that. And you just pull, like so. So they're gonna be all crinkled up like this. That for me.
Got you.
So then, what you do, well, what I do, is I pull a little bit, give it a little bit of slack on the end that you started on. And then you're just gonna take it around. This is the worst part, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Tying it off is a pain.
And I didn't do it.
Because you want to keep your flower as tight as possible so that the wrinkles will create your petals, and we'll show you what it looks like when we're done. But if you give it too much slack, then it starts to get smooth and it doesn't look right. Later.
So anyway, this is what it looks like when you're done.
When you tie it off, it's gonna be open in the middle like this, okay? So you'll be able to see through it.
It's gonna be a 5-point.
Just adjust it if you need to. If you need to retie it or mess with the tension, that's fine. But as long as you got it nice and tight, the petals will make the little star shape.
And then there'll be a hole in the middle.
Right in here.
And what you do with all of your scraps, don't throw them away. Don't throw your scraps away.
After you cut this circle out of this fabric, you're going to have all these little corners and stuff left over. Keep those in, like, we have them in just a red Solo cup. And you just keep all these little scraps because you're going to need them after you've done the step that we just showed you and you tie them off. Because you're going to need to, unless you have something else that you want to put in there, you don't want to be able to see through them. So what we did, while she's doing that, what we did was we took the little scraps and we just cut a little piece of them and stuck them, covering the hole. This is the back of the flower, by the way, to cover that hole.
I got this fixed now.
So this is the after, there's the before.
Some of them are going to end up with this big old hole in the middle. That's alright, because what you're going to do, a piece of hot glue and your scrap, this obviously isn't a scrap, and you're going to cover up the back so that you can't see that hole anymore. You can take a pearl, you can take a rhinestone, whatever you want, and glue that in the middle, and it'll end up looking like that.
I don't know how well the camera's focusing.
After you have your roses done already, then you can take your star flower with your rhinestone, pearl, whatever. Then you put hot glue. Then you put hot glue on it. Find a place that you want to stick it, and you stick it right on top of the roses. And there you go. You're done. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Other than that, we will see you guys later. And the next tutorial will be construction, which is actually really fun. So we will see you guys next time.